If you want to get even more information for the champion that I'm playing in the video, I have made a written guide that you can check out, and the link to it will be in the video description. The guide explains basically everything: runes, items, builds, game stages, and more. Each guide also has a unique matchup spreadsheet, and the link to the spreadsheet is on the guide itself. And once you click the matchup link, you will find build and level up orders alongside tips and tricks for every single champion you can face. For example, if you struggle as Darius versus Anivia because she's not really picked top lane, you can go to the Darius guide, click on the matchup spreadsheet link, and you will see what I do versus her. The video description contains every single guide that I have currently available. These guides and matchup spreadsheets are completely free. You don't have to pay anything for them. The only thing you can do is actually like or dislike the actual guide, but that's it. I update both the guides and the matchup spreadsheets quite frequently, and I'd say around 98% of the total information on the guides and the matchup spreadsheets is completely up to date. With all that out of the way, please enjoy this video. Level 1, you can take either Q or E. If you want to just do a short trade, you take Q and do auto Q and then walk away. Or you can just fully spin on him if he also looks to fight. Just keep in mind that if he actually pulls his Spirit Blade through you, he will deal a significant amount of damage. If he misses the drag through, then he's going to do significantly less damage and you should be able to basically always win it. He can also use his W to block out your Q, so keep that in mind. You can also activate your own W to reduce his taunt duration. It's pretty reliable to do as long as he doesn't do a taunt right in melee range. The main strategy here is to perma push him in. If you don't, he can maybe look for an ultimate and you might not be able to punish him fully, because it will take time to actually push out the wave to his side and then take plates. But this way, he can't ever really use his ultimate on a teammate without losing something on top lane. That is why I like to take Demolish into him. Another thing to keep in mind is that his level 2 all-in is actually quite threatening as long as you don't have your W. If you have W plus E, you're going to be completely fine, but if you have like Q plus E, then he may be able to outtrade you significantly. You can legitimately just perma proxy him the entire laning phase and just look to slowly chip down his turret. This game I went specifically for Mercury Treads because I saw they had a lot of CC. Morgana alone with her Q and ultimate might warrant Mercury Treads, but they also had other forms of CC like Braum or Shen, so I thought I would get a lot of value from it. Normally I would go something like Serpent's Fang second or maybe Yomu's Ghost Blade into Shen, but this game I decided to go Phantom Dancer. The roughest part of the lane is essentially pre-6. Once you get to that level 6 point, it is going to be much easier for you, mostly because he doesn't actually have a combat ultimate. Your passive regeneration will also help tremendously later on. Around level 10 or so, the regeneration you gain from it will be very noticeable, and you can take a bunch of short trades and then you re-engage on the fight after you've healed up and you win it out. But even if you don't want to do that, you can just stick onto him and fight him, as long as you have your ultimate. Unless you run something like Navori Flicker Blade, and then maybe you have to space it out a bit. I like to just perma side lane into Shen and not let him team fight easily. Much like in the laning phase, if he actually uses his ultimate on an ally, you can just take down turrets very easily. I'm actually fine with these short trades because once I hit 6, I can just kill him with an ultimate. He should not be looking to get these short trades in unless he's looking for a dive on me. Even though I don't kill Morgana here, I do force out her ultimate, and you can see just how low her Q root is, even if it's fully maxed out, with my W plus Mercs.
Shut down.
I took the inhibitor turret here and I end up dying for it, but I feel like if I played it a bit slower, I would have escaped with phase rush. I could have just waited for Nidalee to show up and then run away with phase rush and then go for the push again.
Okay. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
I stand ready.
In my opinion, this is actually not that tough of a matchup. You just have to play it extremely slowly. I like to do Q-Max into Teemo or else he will chase you down with W. If Teemo rushes Boots of Swiftness, you will genuinely need like full points into your Q to chase him down. But if you max it, you can at least run away from him much easier. One trick you can do against him is spin inside the minion wave and activate your Q as the spin goes off and then start running towards him. He might not expect the movement speed increase because usually people don't think about Garen pressing Q during his spin, so he might get caught off guard by it. He can blind your Q or use your W to greatly reduce the blind duration. Another thing you can do is recall and buy the red sweeper. You do this so you can sweep up areas and not really let Teemo put down his shrooms, because you can just kill them with the sweeper. This game I decided to go for Mercury Treads, but normally I go Boots of Swiftness. The reason I went Mercury Treads this game is because I thought they had some really important crowd control that I needed to reduce to as low as possible. Specifically Varus ultimate, Mel root, and Thresh Q. The Udyr stun or Teemo blind don't matter as much, but those will be reduced as well. Teemo's blind normally makes your screen kind of greenish when you are actually blinded, and you will see just how little that greenish effect sits on me when I use my W plus have Mercs. It basically doesn't last almost at all. The toughest part of the lane is by far before Stridebreaker, and once you get to Stridebreaker, it becomes infinitely easier. That is literally all you need to do. Just survive until Stridebreaker and your tier 2 boots, and then it's smooth sailing for you. So just make sure you survive the early stage, and then once you have Stridebreaker, it's basically done for him. Here I have a kill angle. I know he has Ignite because he used it a little sooner than mine. If I were to flash on him right now, I just straight up die. So I just need to let my health regenerate a bit on top of actually waiting for my W to come back off cooldown. He's most likely going to look to try to deny me the XP from all these minions, but if I just let my regeneration do its thing, I should have the kill angle here and then take the minions anyway. That small greenish effect you saw wasn't actually a visual bug. That was genuinely how long his blind lasted on me. And now with this purchase, I essentially have the advantage for the entire rest of the game. This was actually not worth it at all because I give a really large bounty. I should have just played it safe and backed off. It's not a good kill trade at all.
Marches as one.
Anivia top is generally extremely frustrating to play against. Before level 6, it's not actually that bad, but after you hit level 6, it's horrible for almost every single bruiser in the entire game. Even some ranged matchups can struggle into her. Her Q stun combined with her ulti slow and her wall means it's essentially impossible to get close to her. Generally what I look to do with Garen is perma proxy into her if I find an angle. You can even try to do a proxy angle from level 1 and just sit there and perma proxy until you get at least your tier 2 boots, which in this case will be boots of swiftness. Or you can rush Tiamat, put 3 points in your E, and then start maxing your Q. This game I actually went for a full E max, but I probably should have gone for 3 points E into Q, like I normally do. Your W can also be used to shorten the CC duration of her Q stun when running at her. You might also be able to connect your Q silence before she can reactivate the Q, and then you won't get stunned. Garen's actually one of the more functional champions into Anivia top. Unironically, it can be good to play into her because almost every single juggernaut or bruiser out there is screwed by her. While running at her, she might put up the wall so she doesn't actually get hit by your damage. If that happens, it's totally fine with you because you can actually make her go out of mana, especially in the early game. Later on, it may be more difficult, but if you just perma push her in, she will eventually run oom. The only thing you really need to do is survive until that stride breaker. Once you get stride breaker, you can perma short trade and then speed away with phase rush. She might look to press her wall fall onto you for a Q stun, or to just keep you for longer in her ultimate. So you have to also keep that in mind. But essentially after Stride Breaker, much like in almost every single other matchup, Garen can just run at her with Q, activate the Stride Breaker, then hit the silence, spin onto her, and then run away with Phase Rush. And you keep repeating this until you find a kill angle with your ultimate. However, Anivia also has her egg, which actually makes it very frustrating to try to just get on top of her and kill her in one go in the early game, because any kill angle you have with your ultimate will be nullified due to her egg. But you can still just pop down her passive because the cooldown trade is fine for you. Her egg is on a much higher cooldown than your ultimate and even your ignite. But know that on your first ultimate, you won't get a kill initially unless she's way out of position when she actually goes into the egg, like outside of her turret. Try not to teamfight versus her because she can zone control very well. Her wall is very oppressive and can catch out low mobility champions, and that can allow their team to jump for an objective right after. What I like to do into her is perma side lane into her. You can just jump onto her and full combo her at around 2 or 3 items. She needs the stasis, or else you can just straight up murder her. Even if she has her egg, you can force it out and then re-engage afterwards. I also like to take Serpent's Fang into Anivia because of her Seraph's shield. You don't always need to do it, especially if that's the only shield the enemy team has, but it can be very good at bursting her down through the Seraphs itself. After taking this wave, I'm looking to go for another proxy angle, and I know I can get in time over there, but she actually does something really smart. She walks down and walls the area I would walk through to get to the minions, and I would not reach the minions if I go all the way down. So I'm forced to still lane into her so she can poke me kind of for free. Even though this is not ideal that I don't get a kill out of it, at least next time I go for an all-in like this, she won't have the egg to protect her.
No justice. Turret plating will soon fall.
My justice is absolute.
Slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Fear not. Stand in my way. Unity. Chaos. Destruction.
Your turret has been destroyed. been slain.
Demacia, I will bear it. Our crusade shall never end.
An ally has been slain. You have slain.
I don't actually want to take a full-on fight here. I just want to cause enough chaos and disruption so that the Atakan resets. And then we don't have to force a flip on the smite. With Aphelios getting caught here, unfortunately, we have to give the Atakan. I really wanted to contest this because it is a really strong objective, but we kind of have to give it. My team wasn't even attempting to contest it.
Has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed.
Thank you all for joining me in this video. I hope you found the information useful, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully very soon.
This crown is a heavy burden, but for Demacia, I will bear it.